Welcome friends. If you want to see such videos, then please subscribe our channel, that is Mayur's Info.
Now this is chapter number 2 in our computer subject, that is cascading style sheets and JavaScript. So in this second chapter we have to study two topics, CSS and JavaScript. First of all, we will start with CSS. CSS means cascading style sheet. Now we will see the benefits of using CSS in HTML, because HTML is a very primary level language, so there is a facility known as CSS. Using CSS we can avoid duplication in coding in HTML. So use the same content with different styles for different purposes, and it is very easy to maintain CSS code. Style element is used to write CSS code. So if you want to write CSS code inside HTML, then you have to use style tag. So we have to start with style tag. You can say tag or element, doesn't matter. So inside style element we have to write type is equal to text oblique CSS. Here type is attribute that can be used to specify that we are going to use CSS style sheet, because there are several different style sheets available in market. So among these we are using CSS style, and nowadays the most popular style sheet is CSS. So inside style tag we can write CSS code, and then at last we have to complete style tag using slash style. CSS is used to create a rule for HTML elements. So for various HTML elements or tags like h1, h2, p tag, for all these elements we can create a CSS rule, and this rule is created in head part. Remember, whatever CSS rule we have to write, that is style tag and slash style tag, that we have to write inside head part of HTML program. We can also create a separate file here for CSS, and then we can apply whatever rule we have created, that we can apply in HTML code. Now benefits of using CSS in HTML. So suppose the first one, avoid duplicating in coding. If you want to display several paragraphs in bold letters, then using only HTML we have to give separate B tag, means B element, for each and every paragraphs. For example, suppose there is one paragraph, so we have given P and slash P tags here. So if you want to write this paragraph in bold format, then you have to use B tag here. So the entire paragraph is written in between B and slash B tag. Now suppose other elements are there, then again there is a paragraph. So again we need to use B tag here. So this is known as duplication of coding. For each and every P tag we have to use B tag separately. So this is just HTML code without using CSS. So this is duplication of coding, that is we use only HTML for formatting, then we have to use few tags for several times. So here B tag is repeated for several times. So instead of that, if we use CSS technique, then we can create a rule for bold format in P element in head part, and then it gets applied for all or few P elements in body part. So this way we can apply CSS rule. Now, how to create a CSS rule? CSS rule has two main parts. Number one, selector, and number two, declaration. Declarations can be more than one. Selector is the HTML element on which you want to apply the style, and it is written without triangular brackets. Now in HTML, if you want to use any tag or element, then we have to apply triangular brackets. But here, if you are using HTML element as selector, then no need to write triangular brackets. Declaration consists of two things: property and its corresponding value. So there can have one or more than one properties written for a single selector. So if there is any one selector, suppose h1, then for h1 element or selector we can use either one or more than one properties. So suppose example, here you can see the h1 selector is given. Actually this is h1 element in HTML, and in CSS this is known as selector. Here no need to write h1 in triangular bracket, remember. And whatever property and value you are giving, that we have to write inside curly brackets. And that is why here it is given color colon red inside curly bracket. So this entire part written inside curly bracket, that is known as declaration. And remember, to distinguish property and its value, we have to give colon sign. So h1 is selector, color is the name of property, red is the name of value of color property, and colon sign is given in between property and value. Remember, this can be asked in examination, that which sign is used to distinguish property and its value in CSS. So the answer is colon sign. So colon sign is used to distinguish property and its value. And remember, if there are two or more than two properties, then we have to separate it using semicolon sign. So semicolon sign is used to distinguish two properties. For example, h1 color colon red, that is first property and value, then semicolon is given, and then text dash align colon center. So here text dash align is the name of property and center it is its value. So if you want to separate two properties, then you have to give semicolon sign, and if you want to separate property and its value. So now we have seen how CSS code can be written in HTML, but we have to work with the composer. So how CSS code can be applied in composer, that we will see now. We can also apply CSS in composer using edit preferences option. Remember, in newer versions of composer, it is situated inside tools options dialog box. So when you select edit preferences, or in newer version tools options, it will display a dialog box like this. Here you can see at the left part, general, fonts, new page, such options are given. So select general category on the left side and check whether use CSS style instead of HTML elements attributes checkbox is selected or not. So here you can see in general tab there is an option given, cascading style sheets CSS editing, and inside this option there is a checkbox given, use CSS style instead of HTML elements and attributes. So you have to make it selected, this option. So if you want to use CSS, then you have to select this option. Remember, this is default option. So if it is not selected, then select it, otherwise it will get selected by default. So by default it remains selected. Now applying CSS in Composer. How to apply CSS in Composer? So create a new file using File, New option. In the Composition toolbar, select the Cascade button. It is situated here, you can see. First of all, it will ask you to save your file and give a name if it is not saved. So when you click on Cascade button, if you have not saved your file, then it will ask you to save your file and give a name. After saving file, it will display a dialog box as seen here. We can define a CSS rule here. So for that, you have to click on the first radio button, that is style applied to all the elements of type. From the drop down menu, choose an element or tag to create this style rule. For example, click on H1, means heading 1. In the drop down menu, you can see H1 heading 1 option is given. So click on it. Click on create style rule button. So here create style rule button is given. When you click on that button, it will apply a rule for H1 tag. The CSS style sheets dialog box remains open, but the options will change. So here you can see at the left part it shows H1. It means now this rule will get applied for H1 tag. And at the right part you can see the various tabs given at the top. CSS style sheets dialog box. So here you can see we have selected H1 tag. So it on the left part it shows H1 element here. On the right part you can see various tabs are given: general, text, background, borders. All these tabs are given. So as we have selected H1 or heading 1, this will get applied for H1 element. On the right side of the window, it contains various tab options like general, text, background, borders, box, lists and oral. Each of these tabs can be used to give a specific style to the element. All the tabs may not be applicable, remember, to the selector for which the style rule is created. So if you have selected any different image, any different tag, then all these tabs are not applicable. So suppose if you have selected img tag to create image, then text option is useless here. Click on text tab and you can see the various options like font family, font size, line height, color, case, alignment and many more. So when you click on text tab, it will display a dialog box like this. When you click on background option, it will show you background options as given here. Same way, for borders it will display options like this. For boxes also various options are given. Next is lists option, you can see, and at last oral option is given. So you can apply whatever format you want, and you can select any selector and then you can work on it. So as we have seen all the tabs of CSS here, but we have not seen general tab. So after applying few formats, when you click on general tab, it will show you the applied CSS code for the selected element. For example, here we have selected H1 heading 1 element. So you can see it shows 3 different formats that we have applied. The names of these properties are given font dash weight colon bold. Bold is the value of font dash weight. Then font dash size colon 1.2 em, and the third one is color colon red. So all these are the properties of CSS that we have applied on H1 element. As we have discussed earlier, you can see that font dash weight is the name of property and bold is the value. So to distinguish these two, property and its value, colon sign is given. After creating a CSS rule for H1 element, you can select heading 1 from format toolbar 1. Here you can see format toolbar 1 is given. It is situated below the composition toolbar. In format toolbar 1, you can see the first button is given. In that normally body text is written, so there you have to select heading 1. Write a heading for example, Ultravision Academy, and you can view the heading 1 style that is applied in our own format. So here you can see heading 1 style is written in red color, that is applied by us. So normally heading 1 contains the its own format, but actually we have made some changes in our file. If you click on source tab at the bottom, you can see the HTML code including CSS style code. So this is HTML code including CSS1. You can see the entire program of HTML is written in between HTML and /HTML tag. Inside HTML and /HTML there are two different parts, head part and body part. And you can see head part is written in between head tag and /head tag. Same way body part is written in between body tag and /body tag. Inside head part you can see meta tag is written, then another is title tag, then third one is style tag here, that is for CSS. So if you want to write CSS code, then you have to give style tag. You have to create CSS rule inside style tag. So here this portion is CSS code. You can see style tag /style tag is written, and inside style tag type is equal to text oblique CSS is given. It is because there are several different style sheets available in market, and here we are specifying that whatever code we have written, that is of CSS, and that is why we have to give type is equal to text oblique CSS. So here type is the name of HTML attribute, whereas text oblique CSS is its value. Normally in HTML, value we have to write inside double inverted comma. And remember, in HTML, to distinguish attribute and its value, we have to give equal to sign. Now inside style tag, you can see H1 element is given. This is because we have selected H1 element in CSS. So this H1 is known as selector. Inside curly brackets, declaration portion is given, and as we have discussed earlier, the declaration portion is made up of two parts, property and value. So here three properties we have given: font dash weight, font dash size and color. These three are the names of properties. So the first one, font dash value colon bold. Bold is the value of font weight. You can see, to distinguish font dash weight and bold, we have given colon sign. It means to distinguish property and its value, we have to give colon sign. And remember, to distinguish two properties, here semicolon sign is used. We don't need to write this code, as we have selected cascade button, and from menu and dialog box we have selected options. The composer creates source code, means CSS code for us. So this code is created by composer. Now you can see in the body part H1 tag is written, and inside H1 tag you can see Ultravision Academy is written. So this is source code, and when you see the output inside any browser or inside preview option, then it will show you Ultravision Academy written in red color, because CSS rule that we have created here, that is color colon red. Now advantages of CSS. CSS allows us to set the format of the website without changing the HTML structure. So there is no need to make any changes in HTML code, and without any changes in HTML, we can just apply CSS rule. We can also create a separate file for CSS, and inside separate file we can write HTML code, and then that code we can get applied in HTML program. We can make changes to the website without the fear of accidentally changing the data. We can also write CSS code in separate file, and by making modifications in CSS file, we can apply formatting changes very easily for the entire website. So these are the advantages of CSS, but there are few disadvantages also. CSS compatibility varies with different browsers. So if you are using Internet Explorer, then the output differs little bit. If you are using Google Chrome, then it shows little bit different output. But the main thing is about old versions. So some of the style sheet features are not supported by the browser, and the style cannot be displayed as per the user's design. So if you are using old browser, then it will not show you all these CSS properties and output. But nowadays the latest browser versions are more standard compliant, and the compatibility issue has not been discussed now. So now it is not an issue here, it has been reduced. So here in chapter number 2, the first part has been completed, that is CSS. Now next we will take JavaScript in our next